Okay guys, today we are going to start learning weather symbols and learning about local weather and how to read and create our weather maps. So what you are going to need are one red and one blue colored pencil. Eventually you are going to need a pair of scissors, glue stick, your notebook, and something to write with. We're going to do things a little bit differently than how we usually do them. We're actually going to start with writing the notes first, and then we'll cut out and glue in our notebook last. So our directions are to draw a picture and describe the terms. So all of these, high pressure, low pressure, cold front, warm front, and stationary front, are all types of weather that can be represented on a weather map. So the first thing we're going to start with is high pressure. Now we're going to do the symbols in color, the way that you would see them on your phone app or maybe on the news. But remember that on your test, everything's going to be black and white, so you can't rely solely on the color. You need to look at the shape and what the actual picture is. So high pressure on a weather map, we just represent that with a capital H, and it is usually written in red. Now for this, red has nothing to do with temperature, so I don't want you to think H is for hot or that red is for hot or warm. This is just the color that we usually code it. H stands for high pressure. So when you see an H on a weather map, it means that a high pressure system is coming through or is in the area. So that means that the atmosphere pressure is greater, wow, I tried to combine words there, is greater, can you see this? Nope, there we go. The atmosphere pressure is greater than its surrounding environment. Okay, so what a high pressure system means is that we have a massive air that's coming through the area that has greater pressure than what is normally there or was there before. So what does that mean? How are we going to see that if this is coming into our area? So a high pressure system, a way to remember that high pressure means this is that it's happy weather. Happy weather, meaning it is sunny, or if it's nighttime, it's clear skies. There are no clouds anywhere. High pressure is it's sunny outside, no clouds. If it's nighttime, you can see all of the stars. No precipitation, no clouds. High pressure, happy weather, clear and sunny skies. Then we're going to move on to low pressure. So low pressure for the symbol, just like high pressure is represented with a capital H, low pressure is a capital L. And we usually do this in blue. Again, these have nothing to do with temperature. Pressure systems are, what does it look like outside? So low pressure is the atmosphere temperature, or sorry, not temperature, the atmosphere pressure. So just like high pressure, the atmosphere pressure is greater. For low pressure system, the atmosphere pressure is lower. Than its surrounding environment. So what is this going to make it look like? So H was our happy weather, high pressure, happy weather. For our L, how we're going to remember it, low pressure, L, this is lousy weather. So what does that mean? It means it could be cloudy, rainy, snowy, it's sleeting. Okay, so if you have lousy weather, low pressure system, lousy weather, we're thinking cloudy, rain, snow, sleet, hail, we're thinking precipitation. So pressure systems let us know what it looks like outside. High pressure, sunny, clear skies. Low pressure, cloudy, rainy, snowy, sleet, hail. We're looking at clouds and precipitation. So now we're going to move on to fronts. Cold front and warm front. Pressure systems, again, tell us what does it look like outside. Cold, warm, and stationary fronts is what does it feel like outside. So a cold front, we're going to use our blue colored pencil. For the cold and warm fronts, the color does represent temperature. So not only does it represent temperature, but we have specific symbols. So we're going to start with a little bit of a curved line. And to represent a cold front, it has triangles on it. Now a cold front, as you can imagine by the name, means that the temperature is going to be getting colder. The temperature is going to decrease. So how I remember what this symbol looks like, because remember on your test, it could be black and white. So it would look something like this, is for a cold front, the symbols are pointy like icicles. So the pointy fronts are icicles, so I'm going to know that that means it's a cold front. So what we're going to write for cold front is just a mass of air bringing cooler temperatures. A mass of air bringing cooler temperatures. So we're going to move on to warm front. Warm front, we are going to use our red colored pencil. So again, for the symbol, we start with a curved line. But this time, instead of triangles, instead of pointy symbols, warm fronts have half circle symbols. So a way that I remember that these are warm front is they kind of look like a sun. Okay, so that is what your warm front symbol is going to look like. As we can guess from the name, this is going to be a mass of air bringing warmer temperatures. So a mass of air bringing warmer temperatures. So again, pressure systems show us what does it look like outside. High pressure, happy weather, sunny and clear skies. Low pressure, lousy weather, cloudy, or with precipitation. What does it look like? Cold and warm fronts, what does it feel like outside? If a cold front's coming in, the temperature is going to drop. If a warm front is coming in, the temperature is going to increase. Our last one is called a stationary front. So this one's actually pretty interesting to draw because you need both your red and blue colored pencils, and it's a little bit of a mixture. So I'm just going to do my initial line here in red. I'm going to do it kind of light. On this side, we've got our warm front symbols. However, we know it's not a warm front, it's a stationary front. So what happens here is it's actually a mixture of the two fronts. So here we have a warm and a cold front that have mixed, or it's the boundary between the two. The warm front and the cold front are touching. So what is going to happen? Whenever they mix, whenever they hit each other and they create this boundary, neither of these, in this case, are strong enough to overtake the other one. A stationary front is what causes us to have thunderstorms. So here's how we're going to write this. It is a boundary between two different air masses a boundary between two different air masses. This causes storms. So whenever we're looking at a weather map, you should be able to predict what the weather is like in any place based on these symbols. If you see a high pressure system, or this capital H, then you know they're going to have sunny and clear skies. If you see low pressure, it's going to be cloudy and it could be raining or snowing depending on the temperature. If a cold front's coming in, their temperature is going to drop. Warm front, the temperature is going to increase. And if you see a stationary front, then you know that these people are going to be having storms. Now, just because high pressure and warm front are both red doesn't mean they always have to go together. You could have a high pressure system and a cold front. Think about during the winter. It's not cloudy, rainy, snowing every single day. Sometimes it could be 45 degrees outside, but it's also sunny and there's clear skies. Remember that the sun is out all 4 seasons, not just during the summer. So you could have a cold front and a high pressure front. Same thing for here, you could have warm temperatures, it rains during the summer, and a low pressure system that has clouds or precipitation. So don't rely on the color coding, because remember on a test, we test in black and white, so this is what your symbols are going to look like. High, low, cold, warm, stationary. So now what you guys are going to do is cut out the title, keep this, glue it in your notebook. You should have room, because what you're going to do is this outside line that is solid, you are going to cut around this outside line to get this shape. Then this tab right here, you're going to fold over backwards. This is how you're going to tape it into your notebook. And you are going to fold along each of these dotted lines to create an accordion style folded note set. I will have an example up on my desk. If you are not sure after you cut it out what exactly to do, come see that one, and then we can get started on the next set of notes where you're going to be using all of these symbols on a weather map.